Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to the Pals podcast. Almost said the LP show again. But it's a big episode, fellas. We're on episode 30.
30.
That
means it's been roughly 30 weeks since
30, give or take.
Roughly, yeah.
So, 30 weeks. It is currently 9:35 p.m., ironically enough.
On a Friday.
It is a Friday.
How are we feeling, fellas?
Blano's back. I'm back in town.
Hey, he's back.
You know?
Blano is back. Yeah, Blano is back because he was obviously out last week.
Yeah.
And, so, Drew.
Yeah.
How was the week, man?
It was good, man. It's actually starting to get a little nice here in Indiana.
Yeah, it
land.
was.
Yeah, especially today.
Yeah, today was nice.
Got some
sun.
Got some yard work done. I did get some sun. Yeah, man.
We can tell.
I see the redness on your face.
Really?
Yeah, we can
good.
Tell. Yeah.
Yeah. You look a little bit tanner than Blano down there. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, that's just
I got some sun. That's like it is.
Jesus
it's all
Christ! It looked like a chicken breast.
Wow, wait a minute. Yeah. But it was nice, man. Day off, yard work. Got my plants ready. I'm about to start putting them in pots outside or in the ground.
What plants are we planting?
I got some sunflowers and some tomatoes. Or I'm not gonna put the tomatoes in just yet.
You doing the cat nip still?
The catnip, yep. That and some other like flowers and stuff we got. But sunflowers is what I like.
When you say catnip, do you mean catnip?
Oh, you know what I'm talking about. Blame catnip,
cats,
bro. For neighborhood cats. That's all. That's no. I mean that opens doors for other things just to see. But we bought a few of those grow lights inside. So.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Yeah. They're actually working out pretty good. But yeah, man. Pretty good week. No complaints.
Blano.
I can complain, but yeah.
We don't want to hear it. Blano.
Yo.
Listen how stunned he. Look how stunned he just got. He said, "Oh." He said, "Oh, you don't want to hear it." Okay. No, Blano. How was the week, man? It's Friday.
Friday.
That's the thumbnail right there. Drew just fucking fisheye.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that was great. We love you, Drew. Go ahead, Blano.
The week was good. Got back from Florida. What day was that? Monday? Got back from Florida Monday. Went back to work, Wednesday.
I had a day buffer at least.
One day, but that
good.
Tuesday
that's good though because that's good though because man, I've gotten back on like a Sunday and had to go back on Monday and then you get home on Sunday at like 8.
Yeah.
And you just go home, sleep, and get right back. That shit's terrible.
Right back up.
So having at least a day is always whenever I plan anything, I usually always give myself a day.
Always give a 1 day buffer.
Because you need a day at least to, even if you are running errands, you're not at work. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like you got that buffer time. It's not like you're on your own time at least,
Mm-hmm.
That's good though. How was Florida?
Florida was good, man. I was only there obviously for what, 3 days.
You touched some sand?
Hell no, he's in Ocala. It's in the middle of the state.
That's literally, I told you it was straight in middle, bro.
He did have some sand in his backyard. I don't know how. But
Florida's all sand, bro. Like you're gonna find sand even in Tallahassee, which is the Panhandle. I mean, obviously, but
no beaches. We just hung out, man. Just got to hang out and see him and catch up. It's been about a year and a half since I've seen him.
Right on.
Tim. So, got some good news. Paid off my debt, all of my debt. I'm completely debt free. Well,
hold on now, Blaine. Wait a minute. Okay.
Hey, I was gonna say I'm just being a realist.
What?
As Luke likes to remind me, I do have to pay my dad back for the car.
Oh well, yeah.
So that is still a debt I have owed to my father, but
you just got nothing to the.
I got nothing to any consumers, any credit cards.
Man.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I am now debt free for the first time since I got a credit card. So it's been good, man. I paid off north of $20,000 in probably the past 7 years.
God damn.
Damn,
Okay.
man.
Oh,
Damn,
well,
that's a lot of credit card debt, my man.
Well, I mean,
Jesus.
I took a loan out there right before COVID hit. Racked up a credit card through COVID, because couldn't work. Nobody was fucking working. And then just a debt that I've, accrued while in that time, right? So, but it's been good, man. It's been a huge weight off my chest, So,
That's good, dude.
yeah.
Right on. Luke?
What's up?
Yeah. You gotta tell us about how your week
man.
went.
Good, man. Just another week down, another week in the books. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did a few runs, stayed active, counted macros, smacked ass. You know what I'm saying?
Hitting.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I'm about to say. Yeah, I've been eating. I don't want to say clean, but I've been eating as clean as possible for the last 2 weeks. No, what do they call it? What is it called now? Processed food.
Oh, okay.
And
I was gonna say
like I
toxins.
told you fellas, I had the old Taco Bell quesadilla tonight, and she did me in.
Did me in.
Riding the
One
porcelain.
quesadilla wrecked. One quesadilla wrecked.
7
the old
ounces.
man.
It
One
was
little
7 ounces.
Yeah, but they've been slimming down lately, man.
Oh yeah,
They hardly
it's
put any-
lightweight, but at the same time, they put some fucking. I don't know what they put in that sauce, dude. That sauce is good, but fuck.
And that's the
Yes.
creamy That's
Son
the
of a
creamy jalapeno.
bitch.
Is that
Dude,
what that
shit's
is on there?
So good.
Butthole lighter.
Yeah, it is.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it is.
Nah, but yeah, that's it, man. Just cooling, man. Enjoying Florida. Back here, dude. Just getting
We
sun,
can tell.
looking
We
good.
can tell you're in a
You know what I'm
cutoff
saying?
again.
We're
Yeah,
chilling.
yeah.
So
You're in a cutoff. It's the first time I've seen you in a cutoff.
this is a tank
And-
top.
A tank
What
top.
the hell are you talking about? Cut off.
A wife beater.
Wife beater. This motherfucker. These motherfuckers. No, but yeah,
Oh,
so
my God.
just been chilling, man. I mean, I can't complain. That's all I'll say. You know what I mean?
Good. Good.
Got the baby on the way, so we're happy. She's 6 months in.
6 months.
Yes, sir. So gonna have the
So
little
it'll
one next to
be-
me soon.
It'll be about what,
4 months.
August.
August.
He's gonna piece Drew up first time he sees him. Mama.
Be damned.
Little 3-month-old just fucking putting work on him.
Nah, I'm gonna put him in a headlock first time I see him. I gotta tell him first. Listen here, man.
Isn't that child abuse? That's
No,
child
no,
abuse
no,
in
no,
like
no,
48
no,
states,
no.
isn't it?
No. It's gonna be a light one. I'm just gonna let him know, like, hey, man,
Little noogie.
you're gonna remember me. All right, don't fuck with me.
You're gonna traumatize
As much
this
as your
fucking
dad
child.
tells you to fucking kick me in my knees, don't do it.
Buckle them kneecaps. He's got
Yeah,
bad
no,
ones.
see, that's what I'm dude.
He's got bad. Smack him in the back of the
Don't
neck.
fuck with him. Yeah, exactly.
That's
God
what it's gonna
damn it.
be.
Shitty. But
But yeah, no, it was cool
Oh,
though.
man.
It was a good week, man. But yeah, I mean, let's jump into it.
well,
There's some. Go
Okay.
ahead, Drew. Go ahead. What were you about to say?
no. Well, I was gonna say, speaking of our like future, and of our kids' future, things might be turning a little bit around for Hoosiers.
What do you?
So recently, in the last few days,
Explain.
what?
Nothing. I'm just being out of pocket a little bit. Go ahead.
Oh shit! The last few days, our governor has actually surprised me.
Really? What's he saying?
Yeah, I was not a fan of him.
Who's the
at
governor
first.
out
I'm-
there now? Is
Uh,
that Holcomb?
Governor- Mike Braun.
Who the fuck is
Who
that?
that is.
He's just a Republican. I don't know, but listen, he was at first. I didn't really go with his views. Whatever. I mean, I still don't on some things, but these recent executive orders that he's passed. So, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. also came.
I did see
Here,
he,
too.
I seen he just had a speech. Was that in Indiana?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
I didn't know that.
yeah. So basically now on people that get welfare or EPT and Snap. I'm sure you guys heard of Snap, right?
I know what
Okay.
it all is.
Yeah.
So they've changed it now. You can no longer, I didn't know this was a thing. You can no longer buy pop or any candy or any desserts.
That's smart though, because
Of course, yeah.
I mean, come on, that's not a necessity. That's
what I thought.
not a need.
I already thought that was a thing.
No, you can spend that shit on anything, bro.
So I'm curious now if is this just for the state of Indiana?
So we're going to be the first. So Indiana and I think
Probably.
Arkansas also.
So I'm curious to see if like the price of like those candies and desserts and sweets and pops, if they drop.
Probably.
Like dropping
Isn't it?
price.
Yeah. Well,
You know?
I made the joke saying, "Oh, well."
The thing is those
our theft
motherfuckers.
is just going to go up.
Yeah, those motherfuckers aren't gonna be able to afford it either way if they can't.
Yeah.
If they're using food stamps. Shit.
At least they shouldn't be. But I've seen people complaining. I've actually
What are you
heard
gonna
some people
complain
just
about?
going throughout the store like, "Oh, this was just taking it away. My kids."
Why do they need
this is
pop
what
and
they like.
why do
Yeah,
they need
exactly.
pop and candy?
Exactly. And if
That's
that's
why-
the case,
that's why they're
if that's what
obese.
you want to do, you pay for it then.
That's why they're
don't-
obese.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
So-
straight up say, talk about creating a horrible habit for a kid. Give them fucking pop and candy every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
All their teeth are gonna be out by the fucking age of 12.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's just the first step, I think. I would hope. Hopefully they go a little more into that too.
That's smart, honestly.
Yeah. Now I know I was getting it mixed up. So
But it's surprising because Indiana usually has fucking
Yeah.
not the
Yeah.
smartest governors, low IQ
Yeah.
individuals.
But another executive order, so from Indiana. So he aims to eliminate government-imposed tax penalties on marriage within the state. So just because you're married now, you know how that was a thing, like, oh, once you get married, you're in a different tax bracket and you get taxed more and all
because
that.
it's two people.
Yeah,
Dual
exactly.
income, yeah.
Now they're getting rid of that.
Oh.
Well, that would be one good thing about Indiana.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, yeah.
That probably helps the single income, marriage, stay-at-home moms or stay-at-home
Exactly.
dads,
Exactly.
Yeah, but regardless, even if you're two income, Blano, if one person isn't working, then that's a zero income.
Not true.
It's zero money that they're going to be taxed because they're not working.
Yeah, that is
So
true.
either way, that would be,
True.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because,
Yeah,
for instance,
okay.
my mom doesn't work. So my dad just files his taxes.
I got you.
She
Yeah.
makes no money.
And also,
Oh, there's no okay, so she's not filing anything for herself.
That's what I'm
okay.
saying. You know what I mean?
That makes,
So those people wouldn't have to file regardless because they're not making no money. What do you got to file?
This is-
also
Right.
to tag on to the Medicaid thing and the food stamps. So now you have to have a job.
That's
You can't
smart.
just sit
That's
back
smart, bro. There's so many
and
fucking
just collect
people who
food
are
stamps.
bums, dude.
That's another thing to tag on to that. Yes, that's why I'm like, dude, this is finally,
That's gold.
this is somewhat making
That's actually
sense.
that's actually like
this is
smart.
That was never a thing before. They had to have they didn't
No,
have
bro,
to have a
that's-
job.
Oh yeah, with
Bro,
food stamps. Oh yeah,
You ever been to
Yeah.
Walmart?
yeah. But that's
No,
the,
You know what I
unfortunately.
mean?
yeah.
You ever
yeah.
been to Walmart in Indy? You'll see a lot of motherfuckers using food stamps and EBT and all that bullshit. 12 o'clock on a Wednesday. You know what I mean, Drew?
Yeah. No,
Motherfuckers. I mean, probably at Myers too. I mean, I'm sure they accept food stamps.
Oh,
don't they?
always. Yeah, at the beginning of every month, bro. You can tell.
the
That's
first-
when
yeah,
everyone.
that's where they all
yeah,
come.
it's
It's like fucking
Yeah.
tax season.
yeah.
Motherfuckers
I
get
didn't even
tax
see-
money and it's just like, oh.
Yeah. I didn't even know you could pay for a fucking birthday cake with food stamps.
Can you really? What
Yeah.
the-
Well, you could.
That's ridiculous. I will
Yeah.
say, you know what? If you got to buy your kid a birthday cake and it's actually their birthday, I would allow it personally. Just
Well,
because,
okay, that's
every
different.
kid deserves a birthday cake.
But this is the thing.
But
so
I do agree if you're just buying it for freaking willy-nilly, it's stupid.
That's what I'm
That's what I'm
saying.
saying. How can you
Especially
prove it,
someone
right?
that's older too.
Yeah,
I mean, it could
no.
be a grandparent. Yeah, and like come on.
I get where you're coming from. Where's the line, right?
yeah. That's
But
just
like
one of the
every
many
kid, every
things.
kid deserves a birthday cake for sure.
Well, yeah. That's
Just because
different,
and that's what sucks is the kids too. They always have to suffer because their parents are freaking retarded, and they just fuck up. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm just being honest.
No, I mean,
And that's what it's so sad to see, dude. I remember driving in Tulsa and seeing this woman sitting out, and she looked like a straight crackhead, dude. And I just see this like 4 or 5 year old little girl sitting next to her, dude, and she just looks like
bad.
Yeah, it's horrible to see. Like she's full of life, and then here she is sitting next to, I'm assuming, her mom, and she's just has no life.
Jesus, that's
I'm like,
that's
CPS
rough.
needs to come get this little girl because that's terrible, man.
Yeah.
You hate seeing
that.
it.
That is rough. I mean, another rough thing, which I'm kind of on both sides about. So there's another thing here. I got nothing but Indiana news, man.
That's okay.
So earlier on in the week, a bill was passed. It was a 52-40 vote. The Indiana House passed a Senate bill that would empower law enforcement to arrest homeless persons and charge them with a C misdemeanor.
Wow.
If they should be found sleeping or camping on public property and refusing referral to emergency shelter, resources, or services.
I mean, that's
what?
No, that's a given. I mean, if they're giving them opportunity, even, I mean, that's on the homeless person at that point.
Exactly.
No, I mean, I 100% agree.
But the bill now returns to Indiana Senate for more debate. So they kind of they're waiting to see it. It's just they're debating about it.
Go ahead, Blano. Blano looked like he had something to say.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Blaine.
So now, if that passes, right now it's criminalizing homelessness. Okay. Now that's putting more burden on the taxpayers, because now a crime has been committed, so now they're going to be jailed for however long.
60 days in jail or a $500 fine.
Or when they always say or a fine, I've almost never seen a judge just say, "Here's a fine. You don't have to serve jail time." It's always jail time,
and then a fine,
and then a fine, right?
Yeah.
So now that puts a massive burden on the taxpayers to now house and feed a homeless person who all he did, right? Let's say he just was committing homelessness, right?
That's so funny to hear. Committing homelessness.
I got something to add on to this after you're done, Blano.
But
go ahead.
So now we have to pay more money. Like, here's the thing. I'm not saying that we shouldn't help them. Like, obviously, like you said, there are like emergency services. There are places that homeless people can stay at. But I don't. That doesn't seem like a good idea, because the money has to come from somewhere. Right? And so now you have to pay the judges to oversee the case. You have to pay the public defenders who's gonna defend the guy that's homeless or the girl that's homeless, and then the county jails and stuff. Those are typically funded by the taxpayers. Like, that's just what does that solve? Cool, they're off the street.
So the only thing I could add is, in these big
thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
The only thing I could add is, I living in Tulsa, I've been to Denver, places like this. They have a huge homeless populations, and it's nasty to see. It's nasty to see. I mean, you want your kids growing up around that? Kendra got out of the car one time, and we were at Burger King, and she literally jumped because there was a fucking person sleeping in the grass right behind where we parked.
No shit.
We were in Tulsa Hills, literally called Tulsa Hills. Does that not sound nice?
Yeah.
That's the nice area of Tulsa.
Listen,
if you look it up, that's the nice area of Tulsa. I'm not even joking. I know it sounds, but that's true. It's facts, bro. Like, no bullshit. That's the nice area, and there were still homeless people. So it's like, I feel what you're saying, Drew, and I feel what you're saying, Blano. And it's also one of those things where it's always going to be a fucking problem, no matter how much you're spending your tax dollars on it, or however you want to look at it. Now, one thing I will point out is, it's crazy because if you're shitty about that, Blano, I'm surprised you're not shitty about the tax dollars that you guys have already had to spend on the fucking transit system there in Indiana. My dad was telling me he was there the other day.
Dude, it's such a waste
come
of
on,
money.
guys. Come on.
I didn't have to pay for that. I wasn't living in Indy at the time.
I think you guys should be more mad about that than the homeless thing.
The red line, the purple line,
see, this is the thing, Blano. You are paying for it. Because guess what? All that shit is in debt, dude. That's all debt. Yeah. So you are helping pay for that, bro, being in Indy.
Yeah, unfortunately. and I've never once used it, and I'll probably never use it.
So you talking about a waste of fucking taxpayer money? There you go.
Just to add on,
I never even knew that was a thing. My dad told me about it yesterday. Literally, I never knew that was a thing.
Oh, yeah.
And literally, I was talking to him, and he was like, "It's like shining up a piece of shit. Like, what are you doing? Stop trying to like." He was like, "Yeah, what is it? Welcome to 42nd Street now." He was like, "Everybody knows when you're in Indy, you don't go from." He was like, you don't go from 38th to 56th.
Between like Post and what German church?
No one fucking does.
Nobody wants to fucking go there. What are you putting fucking buses out there? Like, come on. What are they getting off? Getting Jordan's Fish and Chicken, getting robbed, and getting back on the bus and going home? Come on.
Oh, dude, that Jordan's Fish and Chicken is fucking player. I want some now. Thank you.
Thank you.
But you know what I'm saying? That's besides the point. You get what I'm saying? That's a waste of taxpayer money. Because who the fuck does that help? That's just transporting bums other places in Indy.
Well, that's exactly. But I was just about to say that's exactly what they're doing though. So Cumberland Police, I know. So if we have a problem with like a homeless person on the property, try to get them out, call the police, whatever. They literally give them a bus pass to get on the bus and leave.
And then they just go somewhere else and populate it.
Yeah, exactly. And they'll be back tomorrow. That's the thing.
Yeah, because the other place is going to give them another bus pass.
Yeah.
Back over. Yeah.
That's all it is. So, yeah.
Maybe, you know what?
I see your point, though.
Do the three strike rule, man.
Yeah.
You get found 3 times, dude. You get it. You either you get sent somewhere or you got to get handled. You know what I mean, Drew? Because how else do you solve it, man? What are those people contributing to society?
Nothing that I see.
So we got, bro, there's plenty of farmland out in Indiana and shit. Go buy not even buy, because the fucking most of the state owns some farmland, obviously, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Go put a fucking facility out and just put all of them in one area. They have encampments anyways. Get them away from the city. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Because, other than that, shoot them, kill them. I mean, I don't know what else you're supposed to say. I don't know what else you want me to say, though, Drew. How else do you handle this situation? Do you just keep the homeless people there and you just look at them every day?
But listen, this is what I said. This is
what happens when a deranged one comes at you or your wife, or you know what I mean? Like, you never know.
Listen, this is if I was governor, this is what I would do. Legalize marijuana, use that tax money to I'm serious.
Listen,
open up
use that
mental
tax money.
hospitals or a little bit of more jails.
That's smart, actually.
And that will fund that. Get the homeless what they need. If they need mental health, there you go. They can get that. They have access to that. They have a place to stay. I would use nothing but that money. I would be fine with that.
See, and that's smart because you're taking one thing that already is legal in so many states, and you're gaining so much, and they're gonna make more off of that shit than they even need.
It's a win-win for everyone.
Yeah, I agree. That's a smart choice, Drew. Why don't you go ahead and submit that to the mayor?
Bro, Cumberland's fucking about to be a city now. Did you know that?
I thought
they're not going to be a town.
Oh, they were a town.
No,
That's what it is.
They're a
Oh,
town.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I'm about to run for mayor for Cumberland.
Do it, Blino. Get out there and vote for him.
Yeah.
You got to support the guy.
Mayor Dunn.
That'd be funny.
Yep.
Oh, you know what? I could have my dad and mom go out there and vote for you because they'll be Indiana and Florida. They'll be able to have houses. So
boom, man! You got 3 votes already. That's all you really need to.
Scott, Taylor,
Terrence,
Paid. We get everybody out there for you.
Yeah. Hey, I like this.
What, you're gonna legalize marijuana just in Cumberland?
I wish.
Hey, he probably would get the fucking majority vote at that point.
Oh,
he'd get the popular vote. That's for sure.
Yeah, random motherfuckers coming. I don't even know you, man.
Lloyd. Hell yeah, Lloyd.
Shut up, Lloyd. My boy Lloyd.
Oh shit! You'd have to change your name to Lloyd. It'd be Governor Lloyd.
Governor Lloyd.
Or Judicus. Judicus would be pretty badass too.
Yeah, Judicus.
But yeah, Drew. Real quick? I wanted to get your guys' take. I don't know if you've seen Blano. You probably didn't see if you haven't looked at any news, but did you guys see the senator that went to El Salvador to visit that M13 or MS-13 gang member And they literally it was like a photo op, essentially. He literally went there to act like he was going to bring him back to the United States, even though it's illegal to do that.
It's illegal.
He would get arrested himself, and it wouldn't even happen. They would not allow it to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, Luke, maybe you can clear something up for me because I'm still a little confused on the situation. Is he a U.S. citizen or no?
No, he is not. He is a.
Oh, he's not.
He is a citizen of El Salvador. Like
okay.
Straight up, he is a full-fledged El Salvador citizen. That's what the Trump administration keeps saying. They're like, even if we wanted to take him back, we would have to just deport him again because he's not a United States citizen, and they're not giving him a green card.
See, that's okay. See, I didn't know that. I didn't
so
research.
He is not a United States citizen. See, that's where the misconception is. See, because the news doesn't show that.
That's exactly.
You have to listen.
Exactly right.
You have to listen to the shit to hear that. You know what I mean? Which people aren't going to do. They're just going to read titles.
Yeah.
But literally, they had pictures of this senator, right? And they were drinking they had margaritas at the table. I don't know if they were drinking them, but they had margaritas at the table. And this fucking bug, dude, came out of nowhere. But and it's fucked up, man, because there was a woman who actually got killed in that state, and I guess this senator by an illegal alien, he got raped and killed. 37-year-old mother of 5. Raped and killed in that state, and the governor didn't even give her the time of the day, or senator didn't even give her the time of the day, didn't call her, no condolences to the mom, nothing. But he goes to a fucking with the taxpayers' money. You talk about taxpayer money. With the taxpayer money, he takes a flight to El Salvador to fucking meet with an MS-13 gang member because he wants the clout, I guess you could call it, for the press to get the pictures of him talking. And what are your thoughts on that, Blano? Just hearing it, even if this is the first time you've heard it.
First time I've heard it. Who's the governor? What state is this?
I think it's Pennsylvania. I believe it's Pennsylvania or Maryland. Maybe one of the something like that. Somewhere in that northeast region.
New England.
Yeah. Yeah, New England. That's what it was. That's not a state, but you know that area, whatever.
That area. Yeah. So he flew to El Salvador just to have a press conference with an MS-13 gang member?
Yeah, so basically it was a photo op. It wasn't a press conference. He sat down with him.
Why the fuck does he need to do a photo op?
That's what I'm saying. It's completely like asinine when you say it to somebody who's never heard it, right? Like it makes no fucking sense because that's the truth. It makes no fucking sense.
Yeah. So
why does this guy need the time of day?
So real
I don't
quick,
think Blaine knows what happened.
So he
explained beforehand.
I mean, he just got deported. He got deported, and they were like, "Oh, he wrongfully got deported." But just like I told Drew, he is not. He is literally a citizen of El Salvador, so he doesn't even need to be in the United States. Like
they were saying, he was. So on one side, people are saying, "Oh, he was wrongfully deported," and it was in my, assumption that he was a U.S. citizen and he was wrongfully deported. I'm like, well, in that case, if that was the case, I'm like, yeah, obviously they need to. If he did something, if he was a wanted man or whatever, they should bring him back, put him in jail.
You know what's crazy too, Drew?
What's up?
Back in 2019, I believe, the same woman who's advocating for this guy, right? She filed a restraining order against him because he beat her.
Yeah, that was his ex-girlfriend or girlfriend. Yeah,
whole police report. But she's advocating for him.
I seen that.
What's that about?
I seen Trump talking about that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Kind of raises. I mean, they're not gonna fucking lie about that. That's on record from 2019. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they have court testimony. Blano, you've been in courts. They have the transcript of her saying, "I'm scared of him. He did this to me. He did that.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
He beat me. Yeah.
So what? Come on. And you see,
later
she's advocating because it's fame for her, man. It makes her famous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Think about that though. Yeah. And they're trying to portray this guy as like a
upstanding citizen.
He's not even a fucking citizen.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I didn't know for sure.
Look it up on your computer real quick, Drew. Look it up on your computer.
I don't need.
You need to see it. You need to read the article.
See it. No, I believe you.
Moving on.
I feel like you say facts, man. You say facts.
Now this is another big one, fellas. Hear me out.
Our viewers will tell us.
Ukrainian and Russian, right? Russia. Okay, so United States has officially said if Ukraine doesn't get their head out of their ass and they don't come sign this mineral deal, they're officially going to walk away from the whole situation.
I saw that. I did see that just like 30 minutes ago, whatever.
Just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that. I think yes. We've
already
once again, we wasted enough tax dollars on this. If people want to support Ukraine, go ahead. Go make them a GoFundMe channel or page like they do for everybody else, and go let them go put their fucking hard-earned money towards it. But we don't need to pay it if we don't want to.
I agree.
Drew, what's your output, man?
No, yeah, I mean, listen, obviously they're giving them an option, either to, either go have some type of truce or you're not getting anything, no help. You're going to have to rely on Great Britain and everyone else.
If somebody came to your house and said, "Hey, I need you to help me with this, but I got nothing for you in return."
Yeah, well,
like okay,
best I can do is $350. Tree fitty. I need about a tree fitty.
That's great. But seriously, it's just insane to me. I don't know, man. Like these are just things that I've seen, and I'm just like. Obviously, I like Trump. I'm right wing, whatever you want to call it, but it's just like he always says, it's just like seems like common sense shit, right?
Yeah.
Like truly, it's just common sense shit. Like, I mean,
yes, it is.
Don't get me wrong, and I've openly said this. If Trump doesn't rate or lower my fucking taxes, Trump doesn't lower my gas prices, I'm gonna be shitty just like everybody else. But the shit that we're talking about right now, this is, bro, it makes sense to me. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, of course.
But, dude, I'm not, like I said, I fuck with him and shit, but at the same time, he's not, like, a family member to me and shit. So if he fucks me over, I'm going to be like, fuck you. You know what I mean?
Of course. And that's, honestly, this is how I'm kind of getting
That's what I want people to understand. I'm not, just straight like a fucking maniac about, Trump and shit, but it's just like, that's just a fact, bro. Like, you got to better my life.
I mean, that's how you should be. That's how that's
why people are elected, right? Like,
yeah,
because we're supposed to have a better life, and that's what
that's
Joe
why
Biden
I think they shouldn't do
us.
these Democrat and Republican. I hate the side thing.
The popular vote,
it's just,
right?
Yeah, I hate it.
You think the popular vote should win? No, I'm just asking.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I agree with you. I think they should do away with the electoral colleges.
Yeah.
No, I agree fully. That's why I'm truly was asking you, Drew.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I thought I didn't.
No, but I know you're more like.
So
you'd rather them do we've talked about it. What'd you say?
What?
Like with the elections,
dismantling the parties.
Yeah, that, and you said to
what?
You essentially said the popular vote, I imagine, right?
I mean, yeah, of course, yeah.
That only makes sense, honestly.
It does, but whatever.
It really only makes sense.
Who am I?
Now, the only thing left that I have for you fellas is it's not as big as everything else we've talked about, but Trump is going to the UK. He's going to the UK in September, and he's supposed to be getting honored at this huge celebration by King Charles and the royal family.
Really?
So
honored for what?
I don't know. So I don't know. I think it maybe fucking pausing the tariffs. I have no idea. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I truly don't know, honestly. But I was like, that's the last thing I really seen, honestly. I mean, there was a little girl that fainted in his office today, actually, the Oval Office.
I just seen that. Actually, yeah.
I think it was too hot in that bitch.
That's weird.
Think about it.
They had to get everyone out.
A little girl fainted, but Trump standing tall.
Yeah.
What a savage,
Jesus.
dude. Almost 80 years old,
God.
dude. What an absolute monster.
God, Luke, you don't know what that shot. He said a little girl fainted, but Trump.
That motherfucker's standing tall. I'm just fucking with you. I'm kidding. But no, so I thought that was pretty cool, though, like I said, because last time he's been to the UK, it was with the Queen, actually. So.
Yeah. Oh, I remember
something
that.
Different then.
She wasn't.
She wasn't there.
She wasn't.
She wasn't there.
Nah, she wasn't. She wasn't having him. She
wasn't there.
No, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she was old as shit though. She was old as shit, bro. She died at what, 96? Was it?
Ooh, I don't know if it was even that old. Was it?
Yeah,
I think. Or no, she might have been 100 actually.
No,
99.
she wasn't 100.
I feel like she was.
Look, I'm gonna look it up right now.
Or 99. I think she was.
I think she was like
made it to
95
100.
or 6.
I'm pretty sure she made it to 100, bro.
Nah, she
I don't
didn't.
know.
I know that for a fact.
Oh, okay.
96.
Okay, there you go.
I said it
Maybe
3
I'm thinking
fucking
of-
times.
Maybe I'm thinking of like Betty White or something.
My grandma actually, she passed away. I think she was almost 96, and she was 95. So she was
My
damn near
grandma
like.
was 100. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a long life. That's what I'm saying. My grandma, I seen her at 95, bro, and she was still fully there. But my grandpa, he had Alzheimer's at like 85, 86. Crazy,
Yeah.
dude. That's a sad one.
Yeah, no, that's not. I don't think my grandpa had like Alzheimer's or anything, but he died like 82 years old. But I mean,
Yeah. Well, my grandma, that's what they always say. They always say like the women, like, you know, they say women, obviously they live longer, but they say that women can like stay living better than men can, because men are like, you know, dependent on women after so long and shit like that, essentially. But like my grandma, bro, after my grandpa passed, bro, all she told me every time I seen her was that she was just ready to go because she was ready to see my grandpa again. So it's like
it happens.
it's per person, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Bueno, you got anything, man? I know you said we talked a little bit before. You had gotten a new tattoo, I think, right?
Oh, a new one?
No, I mean I got the one on my
When was that? How long ago was that? 3 months?
December.
So 4 months ago.
December,
Let's
I think
see
it was December, but
Show Drew. Drew to kiss.
this one,
What we got here?
I don't know if
Oh, yeah,
it's
dude.
kind of hard to show it, but
No, but it's fucking big. I see that.
I see that.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
but I'll be I guess I'll be finishing my left
Very nice.
sleeve next Tuesday. So I got my first tattoo when I was 18, the day I turned 18. I'm almost
really?
30 now. Yeah. But actually, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about was like, what are you guys' thoughts on like tattoos, right? You know, you think about 50, 60 years ago, tattoos weren't really the norm, right? It was, you saw it a lot on
Bikers.
Give me 1 second. fellas. I gotta step
criminals.
away real quick. Sorry.
You're good. You're good, brother. But then you started seeing like naval people. Who were they?
Oh,
The
you're
Navy
right.
guys?
No. Yeah.
Seamen?
Yeah,
when you had like sailor, yeah, he's seamen. Seafarers, they started getting those traditional style tattoos, but obviously as like especially our generation, you know, maybe even a little bit older, you start seeing that as way more common.
Yeah, I'm just glad we finally got out of that tribal era.
That tribal bullshit.
Yeah, dude. I remember everyone was getting tribal tattoos.
Oh yeah, the early 2000s vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Ugh.
I'm getting tired of seeing like, and this is like something to bring up. Like, whatever you want to get on your body is what you want to get on your body, right?
Of course,
it's
your body.
I'm not gonna like. I'm gonna give you shit if it's like
Yeah,
an armband, right?
You're gonna
like,
give your opinion, of course,
Yeah.
but shit, it's your body. I'm not gonna say you're dumbass or you're fucking whatever. That's you.
But it is.
Alrighty. My bad, fellas.
It gets tiring seeing like those. I'm tired, y'all. The you know those guys that have like around their wrist, they'll have like a forest or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yes, yep,
Yeah.
the tree line and
the tree line, or like the clock tattoo, or like an anchor. You know, that sort of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just like, where's the like creativity there? You know?
People follow.
a lot of
people are followers.
Yeah. I mean, not me. Not in fact, talking about tattoos specifically, I don't have anything that anybody else has. You know what I mean?
I would agree. Well, I mean, I can't say that I also have that, but I mean, I only have, I would say, one tattoo that someone else has, and it's my wife, I guess.
Well, I mean,
Same for me. This one.
Yeah. That would be the only thing I would say that someone.
That's the only other one that Erica has this, but
I'm sure someone has like my daughter's, puzzle piece thing or whatever heart. I'm sure that's somewhere out there.
Oh, the autism one? Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I've seen a few people with those tattoos. Yep. Specifically, one girl, she worked in the ABC Center here in Indy.
Yeah.
She had that tattoo on her right wrist.
Makes sense. I get it.
Get it. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, Luke, on tattoos? Tattoos just in general.
I mean, I like them. It's one of those things where if it's not a need, if you got the extra money for it, go for it. But it's not a need by any means. I mean,
right.
You know what I mean? I don't have any particular. I don't dislike them. I like them, but I don't dislike them. Like, I'm not like fucking, I need to go get another one. You know what I mean? Because it costs money. So at the end of the day, I think about shit practically, Brett. Practically.
Yeah.
It's got to make sense to me. So if it doesn't make sense, I'm not doing it. You know what I mean?
I remember going with you getting the one on your shoulder, right? Was that the one
Drew went with me on that one. You went with me on these.
Shoulder?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It was that guy Nick, right?
Yeah,
Nick?
Drew, you remember we went, you did this with me?
I did the
Spartan.
The what?
The Spartan.
Oh yeah, the Spartan, bro. And then your chest.
Yeah, my chest.
And
but
I was there with the chest. One.
The Spartan one, bro. Yeah, Drew, you remember the chest one because that dude, I was like, what are you smoking, Newports?
Yeah, I remember that one. Trust me. Yes, I will remember that one forever.
That was great.
Yeah, I was like,
I was dying.
Okay.
But
Jesus. But no, it's fine. Whatever. Just a word, everyone. We gotta remember. It's just a word.
Yeah. No, no. When I got my arm done, Drew was with me because we actually had to stop like halfway through. And remember, we went and got lunch, dude. I was about to pass out.
Yeah, I remember that.
We went and got Culver's.
Yeah. Yep. That's the first time I had Culver's.
Good as fuck,
Culver's
wasn't it?
Delicious, man.
Yes.
That bitch was smacking.
Butterburger.
Oh yeah, double butterburger.
Double butterburger.
That double boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean that's how I mean it's whatever. Like I said, I don't think it's a need. If you don't have a tattoo, I'm not gonna fucking say, oh, why don't you have a tattoo? You know what I mean? But
right.
Yeah.
Cool if you got them.
So
like those people that make it their whole personality.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Tattooed.
Yeah, it's just like, bro, like people just try to like. I don't know. It's just weird. People are weird. Yeah, people are weird, man.
What were you gonna say, Drew?
I was gonna ask you, Blaine, because I've heard this before, but I don't know. I'm confused about it. Is that also like a religious thing? Like they don't like? Is it a sin to get tattoos?
So
I've heard this, but then I heard obviously that's.
It's a good question. Tattooing. When people were talking about that, they're referencing like Leviticus and Deuteronomy. Where the Lord was basically saying you shall not deface your body. And so you have to understand at the time, like the people at the time, the pagans at the time, what they were doing they were like tattooing like death rituals and like
I got you.
They were like honoring the dead by tattooing certain rites and passages and rituals on their body for the dead.
So it really depends on who you ask.
Yeah, well, I guess, yeah.
So
what you put on your body.
Yeah, so if you're saying like, Hail Satan or like
putting 666 or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's clearly like the what's the word? What am I trying to say? The emphasis there is that like you're trying to like idolize like Satan, right? But if you're putting like I don't know, rest in peace, Grandma. That's
I got
okay,
you. Okay. See, hey, you cleared that up because that was
it's also
a question that I've always.
I think it's also
pondered.
one of those things where it's like it's like a time, right? Like nowadays, it's a cool thing to get a tattoo, but like
we were talking about that.
You go ask my dad. Yeah. My dad's like, "What the fuck? Like that's a waste of money. Like what the fuck are you getting a tattoo? Yeah. Well, you need a tattoo so it can say something."
I'm still surprised your dad hasn't had one tattoo though.
Because he thinks it's a waste of fucking money.
One. Yeah, but I'm still like in his younger days.
What's he gonna get? Nah, bro. Who knows? He is so him and my mom both, bro. Like they're like, nah. Like they think it's completely fucking pointless. Sure, if you want to go get one, they're not gonna fucking give you a hard time about it. But yeah, they think it's completely pointless. You know what I mean? Like different ages.
Yeah, when you had to step away, Drew and I were talking about that. Like 40, 50, 60 years ago, like you didn't see it on the general public.
Well, you're not
really,
seeing a sleeve.
just-
You might see a fucking, what is it?
One singular tattoo.
Or yeah, what are those things they always had? Everybody had like the barbed wire around their.
We were talking about it's
That's
the tribal
90s,
tattoo.
man. Yeah,
The
tribal
90s,
tattoos, the fucking
Well, really, like 2000s is when like sleeves became like normal, not even normalized, like more popular. And nowadays it's just normalized. Like everybody's like, oh well, I'm just gonna go spend fucking $5,000 and go get 2 sleeves done in a leg. But it's like, what's really the fucking point? So you can look cool. You know what I mean? Like there's gotta be, to me, there's gotta be a fucking reason for it. You know what I mean?
No, I hear you. I 100% agree.
Every tattoo I have, there's a reason for my tattoo. You know what I mean? It's not just a willy-nilly tattoo. You know what I mean? Like I never just got something because I wanted to get that tattoo. And I Drew, I mean, obviously, but
yeah. I got you.
That's my viewpoint on tattoos, though. I mean, are they cool? Sure, of course, but they're not needed. It doesn't define you. Because motherfuckers get tattoos on their face and shit, think they're hard, bro. But like they're pussies.
Oh, that is insane. Yeah, I would. Why?
But it makes them look. It makes them look crazy. You know what I mean? It's
and
an
I feel like
intimidation
it's just gonna
thing.
get even worse, man.
It's just an intimidation thing. People get the tattoos like right here, bro. Like
I see that. That's a big thing in New Mexico, right behind the ear.
You think because you have a tattoo on your ear means you can't get knocked the fuck out?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. You can get knocked out just like anybody else.
Just a higher percentage chance that you probably smoke meth.
Yeah. You know what I mean, though? Like, bro, what? Are you trying to show you got a higher pain tolerance? Because it don't matter when you get knocked out, fool.
I saw a lot of people, that were institutionalized, incarcerated quite a bit.
Oh, they're all tatted, yeah.
I mean, especially on the face. And a lot of that stuff they get in prison, right?
And it's always a show, bro. It's a mask.
It's what it is. Yeah.
Of course, you're gonna run into one dude who's about it for sure, but 90 to 95% of them, bro, it's all a mask. It's all a mask. I mean, let's be honest. You know what I mean? Everybody's talking shit, but once you get that same energy with them, bro, like a lot of people just shut up. Like I said, you'll find the one person who will bark back though, for sure. So you got to be ready if you're gonna do that. Because my ass always does, unfortunately.
Oh, God. Oh, shit.
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah, he barks back.
Hey, I will. Shit. I'm a confrontational type of person, though, unfortunately.
Hey, you've calmed down a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. But, like, at the same time, if it doesn't make sense to me, I will speak my mind.
Oh, well, yeah, speaking your mind is different. Okay, I thought.
But like, if you want to get confrontational, we can get confrontational. You know what I mean?
He said, "If you're feeling froggy, jump."
Like, we can do it. You know what I mean? It don't. I stay cordial until you don't stay cordial. I mean, I'm just being honest. This is what it is. You know what I mean, Drew?
I remember I wouldn't go get a basketball that fucking flew over the fence, and you tried to fight me. Just saying. Just saying.
I mean, from them days, I've calmed down, of course.
Yeah.
But
Hey, I'm just
He said
saying.
he was ready to throw down.
I had to fucking I mean, I was standing my ground too.
hey, that's what I'm saying. Me and Drew, that's why Drew and we butted heads, but like at the same time, there was respect there, obviously. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, we didn't punch each other in the face. That's
Too
not
hard.
the face.
We would wrestle very aggressively.
Yeah, it was more.
Very,
it was more
very
the wrestle.
aggressively.
Yeah. Yes, very.
Very aggressively.
I learned to just keep you away from my neck.
Oh, I'd
Try to
grab that
get me in a
motherfucker real
headlock.
quick.
I learned.
I'd get him
I
a
learned.
guillotine or something,
At
dude.
all, yeah.
Well, because you
That's the
always
first-
would give it to me. You'd always put your head right down.
I know. Yeah, I learned. Yeah, I know. I learned.
Grab that
motherfucker.
neck. Cinch him up.
I think that was my best one against you. Was probably that one. Felt a little.
The worst part about wrestling him, bro, he always, obviously, he's albino,
Oh my
right?
God.
So he has
I
more
know
black
he's
people
gonna-
hair. Bro, every
Yeah.
time
He
I
was
would
worst.
wrestle, in any black person, they would always have more rough hair. And that was Drew. And me and Drew got into
a
it all
hit
the
move.
time. It was so
Hit
annoying, dude. My face would be so tore up red, dude, after we got done wrestling.
The Brillo pad, man.
It is. It's like a fucking, like, sandpaper.
Yeah.
120 grit.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, man.
But seriously, though, no bullshit. That shit was... That's one thing I'll always remember, for sure, is that fucking hair. God damn. Because you didn't have hair like you do now. That shit's soft now. That should be easy. It'd be
It's still a little.
just be just getting me grease on my face is what it'd do.
Nah, you'd be my beard would be the problem with you, man.
No,
That's why I start
I'd
cutting.
cinch that motherfucker up. What you mean?
Nah.
But shit, fellas, we're about 52 minutes in, man. I think this is a good time to wrap it up. It's 10:25.
Yeah, I'm about ready to pass the fuck out.
Yes, sir. So we're Bueno wasn't here on the last episode, Drew, but we're not gonna do the full outro, man, because we did an outro. So yeah, we're just gonna wrap it up here, episode 30, man. I'm Luke. It was dope hanging out with everybody today, and we hope to catch you on episode 31.
Gotcha. Yep. See you guys.
Peace.